All right, so this is a Haaretz article from the 22nd, which is yesterday. I'm using archive because I'm not paying Israelis. I don't care if they're left wing. I'm not paying any Israelis any amount of money to access their propaganda sites. Okay, so this is haaretz.co.il. Headline: Yes to transfer. 82% of Jews in Israel favor deporting Gaza residents. How quaint. What a lovely society. All right, this paragraph here goes further into detail. To the question, do you support the claim that the IDF, when conquering an enemy city, meaning Gaza, could also mean the West Bank, by the way, it could also mean any Arab-dominated city in the 48 territories. Do you believe, when conquering an enemy city, the IDF should act in a manner similar to the way the Israelites acted when they conquered Jericho under the leadership of Joshua? That is, kill all its inhabitants. 47%. 47% of all respondents, 47% of Jewish Israelis believe that they should kill every last human being alive in any enemy city. And first of all, they're called enemy, like just the fact that it's already described and identified as an enemy city. The people who you're stealing their land, you're stealing land from, they're automatically enemy. Now, 5% of those surveyed responded that there is a contemporary incarnation of Amalek, and of those, 93% responded that the commandment to wipe out the memory of Amalek is also relevant to the modern day Amalek. That's interesting there, by the way, because 47% of these respondents said they would wipe out any Palestinians in enemy cities. But if you look at this statistic closely, so 65% said that there is a contemporary incarnation of Amalek, where obviously they're referring to the Palestinians. So 65%. 93% of those said they'd wipe out that incarnation. So effectively, more than 50%, even I'd say closer to 60% of respondents said they would wipe out the Palestinians through this roundabout way. Maybe someone else can look at that and tell me if I'm maybe reading into it a bit differently or a bit incorrectly. But it seems to me like it's actually over 50% of Jewish Israelis would wipe out all Palestinians. This is obviously a very normal society. This is a normal country, right? That's all it wants to do is just live in peace with its neighbors. That's all it wants, just peace with its neighbors. 82% of those surveyed expressed support for the forced expulsion of residents of the Gaza Strip. What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? That means genocide. That's what that means. That means if they do not leave, they need to be killed. If they refuse to leave, that's what that means. Forced expulsion. It's not voluntary expulsion. It's forced expulsion. So if you do not leave, we're going to kill you in your entire family. 56% supported the forced expulsion of Arab citizens of Israel.
Wow.
So 56% of Jewish Israelis, according to this poll, support the expulsion of their neighbors, those who they share streets with, sometimes apartment blocks with. And we're being told by some people that Israelis just want to defend themselves. They just want to live peacefully with everyone. And so you can see through this poll, it goes into a bit more detail later. But essentially, what we're dealing with here is a highly sick society. A society that views the Palestinians, the indigenous population, not only as a nuisance, but also as a people that need to be exterminated. Here's the thing. If your country requires the extermination of another people in order for this country to supposedly survive, your country should not exist. That's the bottom line. Israel should not exist. The Zionist project is an evil project. The Zionist ideology is an evil ideology. And guess what? Israeli society is an evil society. They've made it clear themselves. They're proud of this. They go around and they talk about their crimes as if they're something to celebrate. They celebrate what they do in Gaza. They camp out on the hills overlooking a destroyed Gaza, and they cheer and they dance and they laugh. And they are so brazen about how they would like to kill Palestinians. And they call Palestinian babies enemies. I mean, we've seen videos of that recently. They refer to Palestinian babies as enemies. They do not view Palestinians as human beings. They view Palestinians as an obstacle that must be exterminated. My point being is, what we're dealing with here today is the incarnation of evil that you rarely ever see. This kind of evil, this brazen kind of evil, in which human beings are so expendable that you are very easy, or you can very easily talk about executing children because they might grow up to pose a threat in the future. This is something that we rarely ever see. And if this is not genocidal, if you do not see this as genocidal, I'm afraid you are complicit. If you cannot see this as genocidal, you are part of the problem.
Yeah. Well said, Faris. Yeah. Couldn't have put it better.
I think we might have to end there because we need to pray.
Mic drop.
And Isha is coming in.
Yes.
Sorry for going on that right there, but honestly, it boils my blood, the fact that we need to, or we are being told to not believe what we are seeing, not believe what we are hearing, to disbelieve what they're saying. They've been saying it since day one. Since day one, they've been saying they want to kill all Palestinians. They've been saying that all Palestinians are complicit. Netanyahu compared Palestinians to Amalek. The verse in the Bible says kill man, woman, child, infant. This is what we're dealing with. An evil society. And Israel, Zionism, must be defeated, I'm afraid. It must be defeated in order for humanity to be able to move forward, in order for us to come back from the brink.